Today we're talking about logic and spreadsheets. Before we actually open up our spreadsheet, I want to take a few notes just so you have, well, the logic of it written down. So essentially we'll talk about using if, or, and and. So first, if we deal with if, the general way you set this up, so you say equals, you go in a cell, equals if, and then you have a cell equals something, and you have to put it in quotes, comma, and then you put in the value if true, comma, the value if false, and then you close your parentheses. So for example, let's say you have if you score above 60%. This is a good time to point out that this equal sign here could be greater than, could be less than, etc. So if you score above 60%, then you pass. Otherwise, you fail. As far as an equation, we'll do equals if, parenthesis, and we'll put really any cell you choose. Let's say it's A1. So if A1 is greater than 60, comma, then you put in like what happens if that's true. That would be pass. Comma, what happens if it's not true? You fail. Okay, I'll show you that in a spreadsheet in a little bit, but I want to talk about this and take notes on it first. We also have or, as far as a logic kind of word that we're using. So with this one, we'll say equals if, and then we'll put or within there. And then we'll have a cell equals or greater than or whatever else, something, comma, cell equals something. We'll close those parentheses because right here we have the or piece. So if this or this is true, then after that we put value if true, comma, and then our value if false. And if this is like, well, this is so confusing, that's okay. It'll make more sense when you actually see it in a spreadsheet. But again, we're just starting here. So for example, if Paige, that's my 4-year-old, almost 5-year-old, has pizza or mac and cheese for dinner, she is happy. Otherwise, she is angry. This is pretty true a lot of the time. So we'll say equals if we have our or to deal with. So A1, again, this could be any cell. I'm just going to say A1 equals pizza, comma, just like our or, A1 equals mac and cheese. Close our parentheses. Sorry, there should have been a comma up here. Comma, happy. comma, angry. And as far as me adding commas or forgetting commas, keep in mind with any spreadsheets, you sort of have to look at it, and if you get an error, figure out what's something you might have missed, and that happens to me too. Last type of logic we'll look at is and. So for and, we'll do equals if, and then we'll do and. Before we did or, we'll do and in here. Then we'll have cell equals something. And then another cell equals something. Close our parentheses, put a comma. Value if true, comma, value if false. So for example, if it is warm and sunny outside, the weather is fantastic. Otherwise, the weather is okay. So in a spreadsheet then, we'll do equals, start with if, and then and, let's say A1 equals warm. Let's say, oops, sorry about that. Let's say B1 equals sunny. Close it, comma, fantastic. Both of those are true, comma, okay. If both of those are not true. So again, this notes piece of it, if it was helpful, great. Maybe this will be helpful to look back at after we do the spreadsheet. Either way, don't worry if you haven't, this doesn't quite make sense yet.